What's packing with you, YouTube? Shit, dude. With so many accumulated losses this season, not being able to win on the road. And then Coach McCarthy being fired. The whole smear campaign on Aaron Rodgers. Losing to the Cardinals. Having such a young team with a lot of potential. A new defensive coordinator, new GM. And not being able to create the magic that the Packers have always created. The Packers are now officially eliminated from the playoffs. It's just sad, man. Very, very sad. Sorry about that. It's just sad, very, very sad, man. About not only this team, but the organization as a whole. The Packers have made bad decisions. When you just think about everything that has transpired within the last 2 years of this team, actually last 3 years, it's just been a lot of bad decision making. You know what I'm saying? Like I've said before, you would think a team like the Packers would be smart, and comes to find out we know smarter than the Cleveland Browns. Which is embarrassing to say. You think, well, actually, I don't think. I know with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, he covers up a lot of the mess that the Packers are really in when it comes to the front office and the decision making that they have been doing. A lot of people keep saying, oh, we overpaid. No, we didn't overpay Aaron Rodgers. He deserved every damn dime for covering up the shit stench that this team has been fuming off for the last couple of years. This team had 8 damn years to fix this defense, and they just refused to. They just refused to fix the defense. You would think that would be a priority that they should have took care of 8 years ago, 7 years ago. But no, the Packers just don't want to fix the defense. Going through all these damn defensive backs, numerous injuries, pass rushers just not panning out, adding these veterans to the team that are, past their prime and thinking that they still got a spark left to help this team out. No. The Julius Peppers signing didn't work out. Oh, God. The Mo Wilkerson signing didn't work out. Tramon Williams, bringing him back, he's iffy. He's not 100%. And, we as Packer fans have been given a chance to root for one of the most talented quarterbacks in NFL history, and the front office just refuses to just put this team in a position to be champions. They just refuse to give this guy credit on the defensive side of the ball. And then all these people keep saying, oh, Aaron Rodgers is 0-37 in games where they're down by 1. Yes, that's true. That's very true. But what you guys don't understand is there's a story to every game of why he hasn't been able to get over that small situation. You know, sometimes Aaron Rodgers don't get back on the football field, or the special teams mess up, or the defense is just burnt out, and you know what I mean? I love this team, man. I love this team, but I don't love what they starting to become. Now, with this 5-8-1 season, we got 2 games left on the schedule. I believe the Packers are going to lose both games. I think we're going to lose against the Jets, and I got a feeling we're going to lose against the Lions. Finish off the season 5-10-1. And like I said before, when I did the podcast with a popular Packer, you know, we had our season prediction on how many games the Packers will win. I said, man, if we could just win 10. You know, all these other Packer fans had all these high hopes and, you know, great imaginations. Oh, I think we're going to go 13-3. Oh, yeah, we're going to win a division. I didn't see that happening this season. I didn't see it. Now, there's been a lot of speculation on Aaron Rodgers' questionable throws where he had wide open guys. And a lot of people are saying, oh, is it his knee? Is it his knee? No, it's not his knee. I think it might be his arm a little bit with the 13 screws. And not only that, I think it's the rookies. You know, he got rookie receivers that don't understand, that don't have the timing down because they're not getting up. They didn't get a lot of reps this year. I could tell you that much. You know, Geronimo Ellison going down, being hurt. He was the dude to have a big season. You know, the timing with him and Aaron Rodgers was on point. Randall Cobb being hurt for majority of the season. And then, you know, you got to input the young guys who, you know, don't have it all upstairs yet when it comes to timing with, you know, the quarterback and specific routes that they supposed to run and bending the routes and, you know, the comeback routes. Just a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that they're not used to in game situations. Practice, yeah, that's a different story. But when it's game time and you lined up with the opposing defense, you know, these guys, you know, are playing against dudes that have been seasoned, making money. So, of course, you know, everybody's going to say Aaron Rodgers missed. No, it's you know, it takes 2 to tango. You know, those rookie receivers weren't running the right routes. You know, some of those throws, you know, Aaron Rodgers was putting it where he needed them to be, and they just couldn't get there in time. That's why he emphasized on throwing the ball to Davante Adams more. You know, he said, man, we should be throwing the ball to Davante Adams 20 times because he don't trust those guys yet. And he has a right, he has the right to not trust them. You know what I mean? This their first year, they have to build a rapport, they have to build some type of chemistry, and hopefully, you know, that can be accomplished or worked on this offseason going into the next year. As far as the tight end position, I think we need to go ahead and just cut Jimmy Graham loose. He's not the old Jimmy Graham that he used to be. But then again, when he was with the Seahawks, it took him a year to adjust to Russell Wilson's style of play, you know. And you can say As far as scrambling and things like that, Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson kind of do similar things when they scrambling, but I think Russell Wilson is just much better at it because Russell Wilson can use his legs a lot more efficiently than Aaron Rodgers does. Aaron Rodgers likes to hang on to the ball, slide to the right, you know what I mean? Try to make something happen downfield, but Aaron Rodgers' pocket awareness has kind of dipped a little bit, and where Russell Wilson, he has way better pocket awareness, and getting out of the way from being sacked or losing yards or turning over the ball. And it's just unfortunate, you know, dealing with this offensive line that I said we should have went after a few more old linemen in the draft, and we refused to do that. They want to go keep picking up receivers and shit when we need to be getting guys in the draft in other positions where we could have a little bit of depth. I mean, we still needed a safety. We've been getting rid of Clinton Dix and, you know, getting rid of Ty Montgomery and you know, putting guys on IR and picking up guys from other teams all season long. You know, it's hard to make adjustments on the fly like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things, man, with the season that I could go on and on about that just, you know, was a major turn of events into how we performed this year. And part of the reason is Mike McCarthy. As far as the young players, they don't know no better. They just going by what's being told to them. But the veterans, like, of course, Aaron Rodgers and Randall Cobb and Davante Adams, you could tell they had a sense. You could tell they had a sense for how the offense was being ran. You know, you could tell by the routes that Davante Adams was running, they were off. What I want to say, they weren't on the notes. You know what I'm saying? or the game plan, or they were off script routes that Davante Adams was running all year that just made him an exceptional receiver. You know what I'm saying? I'm absolutely sure he will have really earned his Pro Bowl nomination this year. So congratulations to Davante Adams. I think he's underpaid amongst the other receivers in the league. You know, he only got paid $58 million. If he keeps up this type of production, who knows what the Packers are going to do with him? They might trade him. You know what I mean? But as the years go on, knowing that we got to pay this $134 million bill, cap space will grow. You know, we are at $55 million in cap space. We're probably going to create some more room by letting some guys go, which will happen. We don't know what the deal is with Clay Matthews, but I can probably say that he's probably the only guy that might be back, or we just might move on. Who knows what kind of imbalance that's going to create on the defensive side of the ball. Who knows if Mike Pettin is going to be, you know, back next year once we get a new head coach, because with new head coaches, when they step in, they want they own people, the people that they like. They own, you know, they like to bring in a group of people that they feel is going to be worthy enough to help them succeed. So Mike Pettin might be on the fence. Who knows? That'll be determined up to Mark Murphy and Brian Gutekunst. Russ Ball, I don't know what kind of contract he's going to be writing up for the next head coach, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have to be, you know, something worth their while, because like numerous people have said in the media, that a lot of people don't want to go play in Green Bay. Now, with the season being the way that it is, and all of the drama within the organization being leaked out through players from the past or old teammates, guys that were there last year, scrutinizing the Packers organization over and over again. Terry Bradshaw, Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, these guys just, they put things into people's minds that watch them to where, they have to find some kind of factual truth into what they're saying. And all of the stories behind the scenes of Aaron Rodgers and how he interacts with different players on the team, and just a lot of BS that might turn a lot of players that might have thought of coming to play with the Packers. It might turn them off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be conscious of these things as being a Packers fan. Will we rise to the occasion of being a great team? Hopefully we will. But with this whole gumbo pot of bullshit that's being simmered and stirred around, slowly cooking, you know what I'm saying? You could possibly say this is probably the lowest of the lows that we could be in right now. Now, of course, like I've always said, football is unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen next year or what could happen next year. But I just hope Aaron Rodgers don't get hurt. That's my main thing right now. I'm just hoping Aaron Rodgers don't get hurt. What I do think the Packers need to do is they need to get another quarterback in the draft and get rid of DeShone Kizer. We can't have a backup quarterback that has come from a losing tradition of being with the Browns and also gave up the most fumbles and interceptions that year he was with the Browns. We can't have that guy on the team, man. We just can't afford to have a backup. We just can't afford to have a backup that's going to come in the game and just turn the ball over. If that was the case, I'd rather have Brett Hundley back if we're going to keep DeShone Kizer. At the time, it seemed like a good deal, but you look at Randall over there, the safety for the Cleveland Browns, he's having a great year. I don't know why the Packers just didn't put him at safety, but we wanted to play him at corner. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that the Packers be doing that just be like, why do you guys have all these guys playing out of position? They've been doing that with Clay Matthews for the last few years. Look at Ty Montgomery. Y'all take him from being a wide receiver to being a running back. And look where he's at. He's gone. Like, it's just nonsense like that don't make sense. A lot of the stuff that the Packers have been doing doesn't make sense. And I blame McCarthy for that. I blame that on McCarthy. Why do you have these guys playing out of position? All of these guys we have on the team are hybrid. Oh, we like guys that can play multiple positions. No, put them in a position that they play the best. If he's the best at playing safety, put him at safety. If he's the best at playing defensive end, keep him at defensive end. Go get an inside linebacker. If he's good at playing guard, keep him as a guard. Why are you switching him to tackle? It's a reason why he's not playing tackle. Just little stuff like that just doesn't make any fucking sense with this team. And we as the fans have to sit up here and watch this team that we thought was supposed to be so good every year. Oh, the Packers got blah, 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 blah chance of making it to the Super Bowl. We always in the top 10 teams in Super Bowl contenders. Not next year. Not next year. We won't be in the top 10 contending teams next year to win a Super Bowl. And now we got to deal with a whole offseason of the Chicago Bears gloating about being the division champs. The Packers are in the only position that the only way the Packers could get players to come over here, they're gonna have to open up that goddamn wallet, man. They're gonna have the money is gonna have to make it's gonna have to be worth it to come play, unless you one of them veterans that just trying to stay in the league and get another paycheck. The Packers will take you when you pass your prime. It just sucks, man. It just sucks seeing the ups and downs are pretty much downs that this team has been going through this whole year. The only bright side about this, I'm happy that Joe Philbin lost to the Chicago Bears. That way, that eliminates him from being the next head coach. Because that's the last thing I want the Packers to be doing, is something that they always do. Oh, we're just going to hire somebody within the organization that knows. No, go get some fresh blood. Go get a coach. Bring somebody in. I do not want to see Joe Philbin over there on the sidelines panicking in situations like he was doing against the Bears, calling ridiculous plays with a jacked up offensive line. You trying to call some crazy plays with a jacked up O-line. That's number one. After we find a coach, number one thing the Packers need to do is build this offensive line around Aaron Rodgers. Go get a damn defensive end and a damn safety, either through free agency or the draft, because we're going to have a high draft pick. We're going to be in that top 10. Mark my words. We're going to be in that top 10. This was just a rough year as a Packer fan, man. This has just been a rough year. Just rough and weird-ass year. So, let's just enjoy these last 2 games of the season and see who makes it to the Super Bowl or whatnot, whatever. And we're just going to have to focus on being better than what we were this year. Now, I'm confident to say that we'll probably be better than the Vikings next year. I think they're trending down right now, and the Bears are on a high right now. And the only thing that's going to work out for them is that they can get better. So, with that being said, man, like, subscribe, comment, and the fucking Packers have been eliminated.